Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another side quest about video games with myself and Exxon. Mike, bye.
Hello.
Starfield's out.
Yes. Well, early access.
Early access is out, but it's out next week, isn't it?
Yes. Tomorrow or Thursday.
Oh. Yeah, it's but we've got some reviews.
Yeah, reviews are starting to come in,
good, and it's good. It's the general meme of the kid that like just looks at the camera and then puts his thumb up.
Yeah,
it's that.
Yeah,
which is good.
Yeah, it's not genre defining. It's not the greatest thing since life.
It's not as Xbox was saying, the most important RPG of all time.
No, that's Baldur's Gate 3. Might have been the best RPG this year if Baldur's Gate 3 hadn't been released, but we'll leave that for an argument for another day. The thing is like, it's not the most amazing game ever from what I've seen, but
it's a game that works.
It's a game that works, and it's good, and if you like space exploration stuff, it is your jam, which is my jam, and therefore I'm probably going to get this game now. So, well done, Bethesda. After the recent launches of the past few Xbox and Bethesda like marquee games that have come out and been, we'll be honest, shit.
Yeah.
This is a good. This is an actual decent game. So like, and that's the bare minimum you should ask for. Does it work, and is it an enjoyable game? And for some people it is. Therefore, good. Well done. A lot of people are saying there's an argument going on about some people saying, oh, you've got to plow through the main storyline and then do all the extra side stuff in New Game Plus, and then other people going, no, it's not, don't do that, it doesn't matter, etc, etc. And I'm like, as a person that wants to complete everything before completing the game, I do all side content before primary. See, these games I've always just kind of like done whatever I wanted. Yeah. It's never been like, well, I'm going to complete absolutely everything. I'm just going to be like, what's over there? Yeah. I'm going to go over there. There's also been a lot of myths about the game apparently being debunked, like the fact that the game, when you land on a planet, it loads a tile and populates that. Apparently, and there was a lot of people kicking off that, oh, there's a border to the tile, and technically there is. However, apparently, when you get to that border, you can then tell the game to load the next tile, which basically it moves you the next pixel,
oh, okay,
and then you're in the next tile, and then it loads that and all that. Apparently, I don't know. I haven't played it. I don't know. I can't test it.
We'll find out.
We will probably find out eventually.
One day, who knows?
But it's funny because there's been this small, very insecure group that have kicked off about the very beginning of the game when you're creating your characters, because it gives you the option to decide your pronoun.
Okay.
And I'm like,
I do not care.
It's an option. You can choose not to have a different pronoun to your sex. That's a thing. Why are you getting so upset about this? The fragility of their egos is just so fucking hilarious.
I know, it's just one of those things. Like,
the thing is also is like, these are the same people that go on about like, oh, you couldn't survive a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 chat room.
Well, to be fair, most probably I mean, it's just, the way people are now, no, a lot of people probably couldn't survive an old school.
I know, but these same people that spout this, these same people that spout this, have an absolute mental breakdown over being asked a simple question that they can choose. Like they don't have. It's not forcing them to.
Aye. Look, there's always going to be these people that like pick the most stupidest things to get angry about.
And it's just so. I mean, everyone knows some of the people we're talking about.
It's like yesterday, I was wandering around, and there's that guy with the bloody. This guy just starts like. I was at work, and this guy just starts shouting out that we're all going to die and we're all going to hell, and all this sort of stuff, and then I'm like, what?
See, I would have responded by, tell me something I don't know.
We're all going to hell. and God will not save our souls because we have blasphemed and all that sort of stuff. And I'm just like, I'm just doing my thing over here, mate.
I'm the same. I would be like dumbfounded, but there'll be the part of my brain that waits until about half an hour after the event and then goes, you know what would have been a good response to that, buddy.
Yeah.
You know what would have been a good response to that, buddy? If you'd gone, yeah, we know that. Tell us something we don't know. Also, the decision-making process becomes a lot easier when you realise you're going to hell.
And they just get annoyed at this. The thing to do with this is just to be like, yep, okay, yep, you're mad about that? Good for you.
Good for you.
Here's a squeaky toy. And then just move on.
Yes.
Like,
why? The thing is, I'm like, why are you shouting it at me? It's obvious I do not give a shit. But
yeah, the good thing for Starfield is I'm pretty sure they said like Xbox sales has actually gone up since.
Yeah,
which is good.
They released a good game, and all of a sudden people want to buy a
console. Know. It's like it's the complete antithesis of what Phil Spencer said.
I mean, Microsoft bought Bethesda to make Starfield on Xbox exclusive. Yeah. Just putting that one out there. Also, it's looking more and more like the Activision Blizzard deal is going to go through.
Oh, yeah.
To which then becomes the first action should be fire Bobby Kotick.
That's not going to happen.
But it's not going to happen. To which point, until Bobby Kotick's fired, as well as a lot of the senior management of Activision Blizzard, Microsoft will be just as bad as Activision Blizzard. Therefore, they'll be the scum of the earth. So, just leave that out there. Anyway, back to Starfield.
Yeah, but yeah, so Xbox is, I think they said it was like 200% sales for, it's gone up by 200%, which is pretty good.
It's good, but then, 200% of a low number is still a low number.
It is still a low number, but you've got to think, it's...
I'm just happy that after Redfall...
Well, to be honest with you, after an entire generation of Xbox really having nothing.
Yeah. After the likes of Redfall, Halo Infinite, a few others that have come out should have been better than what they were, and have just been completely a waste of resources, time, effort, and people's money. It's good that an actual game has come out that is decent. So yeah, well done. Congratulations, Starfield. Other myths that people have, because I know some people are going on about like, the systems are not like loaded in properly, but apparently you can. It takes a while, but you can actually travel from planet to planet. The game just doesn't. It's not really designed that way because the planet will show up, but you just fly through it.
Oh.
But it's because the game hasn't actually loaded the planet, it's just loaded the image.
Oh.
It's just the way it's designed, because it takes... For someone streamed travelling from, I think, Earth to Pluto.
Yeah.
And it took them 7 hours.
Yes.
And I think it was one of the... I can't remember her name, but one of like the head people at Sony Santa Monica that did it. I apologise, I can't remember the name. I'm terrible with names, so... and she did it. And I just... when you just... at some people's responses, it's like, oh, she should be fired, mama. I'm like...
Why? Because she was playing a game.
She was playing a fucking game. To be perfectly honest, I want them
to do that.
I would want my heads of development studios to be playing the competition's games, because... everyone nicks off everyone. Like, if they find a good thing that isn't copyrighted that they could implement in other games...
all you have to look at is Fortnite.
Or every single Blizzard title.
But yeah, so...
Guild Wars 2 comes out with a dragon flying mount.
Yep. Yeah.
Dragonflight is announced. What's even funnier is the fucking trailer for that is almost frame for frame. I'm like, you're not even hiding it.
Yeah. Well, that's Blizzard for you.
Although a lot of people are very apparently Dragonflight has kind of died off a bit very, very quickly, because let's put it this way. They've gone from all the stakes in the world and the universe to no stakes at all. And everyone's kicking off about, look, we're not complaining about about like everything is up for. It's the fact that it's like it just keeps on going on about like the fate of the universe is at stake here. The fate of the universe is at stake. And then an even bigger bad comes on. It's like we can have personal stakes. Just don't fucking have the pressure of the entire universe on us on every fucking expansion. Because I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy 14, the obvious comparison, I don't think that does that. Like every expansion, the fate of Izora isn't at stake every single time.
Well,
there may be parts of it.
No, and yes.
Yeah.
So
we know it's all tied into an underlying story.
Yeah.
That the fate of Izora is tied to. But that single expansion alone.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like, oh yeah, if we fail at this, Izora's dead.
Yeah.
Like everything we know dies.
The only one that kind of had like a big thing was Shadowbringers, because that was you were literally defending a like sort of like a parallel dimension.
Yeah.
From being destroyed.
Yeah.
That was Shadowbringers. And Endwalker's like the big like if we don't.
Yeah, Endwalker is the end of the story.
Everyone's dead.
It's what everything's been built to, and it's understandable. That sort of way, where like everything's been building to this point. It makes sense that the entirety of the world is at stake because of everything's been funneling us to this.
It's what's got me quite excited for Dawn Trader because
But yeah, Dawn Trader doesn't seem.
Is it Dawn Trader or Dawn Trader?
Anyway,
I'm gonna say Dawn Trader. I'm gonna say Dawn Trader.
Probably wrong, but
just because it sounds better.
But like from what I've gotten from what this talked about, that the next expansion for Final Fantasy 14 is there's still going to be stakes because you've got the different.
Actually, speaking of just the stuff, there's been people online, and I couldn't stop laughing when I saw this. Basically, getting worried that we're going to be colonialists.
Oh yeah, because
we're going to an island that's never been explored before.
But also, you can tell the influences for this new island is
pirates.
I know, but it's
pirates.
No. What I'm saying is like the architecture and the local populations.
Yeah, but that's fine.
There is an influence of Southern America, so I can understand it, but I'm like, until we actually see the story.
Well, no, no.
No, what I mean is like you're taking an awful lot of. You're seeing one thing and coming to 25.
We're not going to be like, oh, by the way, we've saved the world. We've stopped everything from blowing up, and
now we're going to just do exactly.
And
what
now
the
we're going to
enslave
everybody.
Now we're just going to do what the Empire, who were the bad guys at first, a realm reborn. We're going to do that.
Yeah, we're just going to do that to these people. Yeah, no. That's not going to happen.
I highly doubt that's going to happen. What do you think? What do you think Square Enix are? Europeans?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, back onto onto
Starfield. The reviews are out, and it's
middling to good.
Middling. You've got a lot of your usual IGN and Kotaku. They're the ones up at the
high end because they don't have don't have a number lower than 7.
Yep. And then you've got more. There's a couple that have been like 5 and 6.
Is it Thingy Bomb?
But the lowest review that I've seen that is like from a magazine is a 6.
Yeah.
And the player rating is quite high. I think it's a 7.
Yeah, which is despite what the fanboys completely whine about, is good. 7. I always see 7 as if you like this genre of game, you will enjoy this.
Right? Yeah. It's look if you look at the scoring rating as you should. 5 is average. So the game is average if it gets a 5.
Yeah.
Right? Anything higher
it is most likely going to suffer from the terrible fate of being boring.
Yeah. So anything higher than that is either good, it's above average, good, excellent, amazing. Yeah. Right? Anything lower than that is bad, poor.
No, below average, poor, bad, terrible.
Yeah. Right? If you look at it that way. So if something's getting a 7,
it means it's good.
Means at least going to be good.
Yeah.
But when it comes to fanboys are just like, I mean, just look at Sony fanboys. They're just fucking.
Yeah. As a person that
like there was people just, like screaming just because Final Fantasy 14's got an Xbox. It's like, come on, man.
Oh, speaking, I think good little segue into a little bit of news.
I'm being professional.
Oh yeah, the most professionals here.
Professional.
Coming to Xbox, Larian Studios did announce that
Yes.
they fixed the issues with Baldur's Gate 3 being able, and that it is actually coming to Xbox. I don't know if they've set a release date or not.
I think, if I remember correctly, they said basically the way they fixed it is the S version
Won't have split screen.
won't have split screen co-op. It might have online,
which makes sense.
which will be fine, but it's not going to have like the couch co-op on the S.
Yeah.
Which is understandable because
Which is
that machine will not
understandable.
be able to handle it.
And I think we will start to see. I think Microsoft need to drop the parity.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, yes, that means that is literally a death nail for the S. But it was on life support on launch, so
Yeah, the S is a good idea.
the S was there to sell more consoles, and it clearly didn't work.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea on paper.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to actually making games, like you can't hamstring them to a lesser
I'll be honest.
console.
I'm starting to get very annoyed at companies now releasing games at over 100 gigabytes. Borderlands 3, I can understand that. That's an awful lot of content in that game.
Borderlands, right?
Not Borderlands. Baldur's Gate 3. It's too hot. I'm blaming on the heat.
It is very hot.
Baldur's Gate. It
Baldur's
began
Gate
with
3, yeah.
was 2 words. Actually, Borderlands is only 1. But anyway, Baldur's Gate 3. I can understand that being so big because
There's a lot.
there was a lot of content in that
There's
game.
a lot.
However, there are certain games that should not be the size they are.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, we're looking at you. Spider-Man 2 is apparently going to be nearly 100 gigs.
What?
Yeah. I'm like, really? Well, it's like...
Really?
Do you not understand the art of
I suppose
compression anymore?
how big... We've got to think about it because we haven't actually seen the full map. How big is the new area that we're getting?
Well, it's
like
Queens.
you got to think. Spider-Man 1 was like 60 to 70 gigabytes.
And it was all of Manhattan.
And that was all of Manhattan.
It's going to have Queens.
It's going to have Queens.
I don't think Queens is as big as Manhattan.
Oh no, it might not be, but you've got to think. You've got to put the buildings in there. You've got to put AI people in there. So there might be a reason why it's 100 gigs.
I know, but I'm still like thinking like, especially like Activision and Call of Duty. Like you do not compress any of your.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't
think
it should be 100 gigabytes for Spider-Man 2. But I'm just trying to think like
why
it's probably gonna be. It's gonna be a bigger gigabytes. Than
I know,
Spider-Man
but
1.
it is a case of like, I just wish.
There might be plus.
We just have to look at classic games and how big some of them were,
and
how little memory they took up.
I know.
Like for the love of fucking.
Well, you can get Final Fantasy 7 on.
Yeah.
Like I think you could probably play it on a GameCube.
Yes.
That's how small it was.
Final Fantasy 7 is like a couple of hundred. Well, it depends on the version. If you got the original PS1 disc, 3-disc one, it's actually smaller than the the digital release because they had to make it that small. Because they had to compress the. I mean, just compress some of the data, make it smaller. Just,
and the fact
if it means loading times are longer, I don't mind. I've grown up in the age of the Acorn Electron the Commodore 64, where things took an age to load.
Yeah.
The individual pixels had to be loaded at the same, like not all at one go. No, just individual pixels had to be loaded at a time.
Yeah.
I can handle it, and if people can't wait, then that's their problem.
What if our games are quite big nowadays? I've got a bad feeling. I've got a bad feeling Alan Wake's going to be quite big.
They're all big. That's my complaint. Is like it doesn't matter the actual size of the game, the fucking amount of data that they're demanding. And it's like for the love of fucking God. Like, Street Fighter is so big, and I'm looking at the amount of space it takes on, I'm like, why do you take up this much memory?
Yeah, you're a fighting game.
You're a fighting game? You've got, I mean, yes, you've got the two different maps for the story mode. But that's it. Really? That's it? Why are you, like, so much bigger than 5? Yeah. I don't think... I look at the map and go...
Tekken.
I'd look at the map. Tekken. Oh, Tekken's going to be ridiculous. Tekken's literally going to go, how much space is on your PlayStation? That's how much we need.
Yeah.
No, we don't mean spare space. We mean the actual size of your hard drive. How big is it?
We need all of it.
Yeah, we need every single all of it. You also have to get some external memory as well, just to be clear.
I'm worried about Grand Blue as well. I've got a feeling that's going to be a big game.
Mirage is going to be huge.
It's not going to Ubisoft as well.
It's not going to justify. It's going to be huge. It's going to be a big map, but it's going to be like the
it's not going to justify the size
of it. Like, I'm just waiting for Call of Duty to be. This is going to be 200 gigabytes.
Do you remember they actually had that as the selling point when it first got? It's 100 gigabytes of pure action. And I was like, no,
it's not.
No, it's not. Especially considering, right, it's like over 100 gigabytes, right? Yeah. It's nearly 200 gigabytes, and you can't give me a decent fucking menu. Are you fucking kidding me?
Activision.
I cannot use that menu. I literally, because I only play with my friends, I literally have to join their group and let them do everything because I cannot find things. I'm just like,
it's designed to keep you stuck in the shop. That's what it is.
But I'm not stuck in the shop. I'm stuck in the menu. I can't even get to the shop. That's how stuck I am. I'm just like, you do it. You do it. Go on.
We have gone a long way from Starfield.
We have, but there's not much left to talk about from Starfield.
No,
it's coming out. It's got good reviews.
The only controversies are people being fucking stupid about it.
Yeah, pretty much. I think the only thing about it is you've got the people being dumbasses, and then I think the other problem is there are people that may be overselling it. IGN,
yes,
Kotaku,
fanboys,
and the fanboys. Possibly saying that, like, I mean, granted, Microsoft didn't exactly do them any favors by saying that this was the most important fucking RPG.
True. But it is their job. People were paid to big that up as much as possible.
Yeah, I know. No, right. There's bigging up a game, and then they're saying it's the most important RPG of our time.
Especially since in the last month, a certain game called Baldur's Gate 3 got released to monumental, universal, and absolutely understandable acclaim. Praise, acclaim, and is still like Starfield is not going to beat Baldur's Gate 3 for Game of the Year. Not a chance.
Bethesda's not going to do it.
It's not going to happen. Sorry, people. Sorry, Starfield fans. You've got a good game. Be happy with that fact.
The good thing about this, the main good thing about this is the fact that Xbox now has something to leap off. So Xbox has got. We've got Starfield.
Yes.
That's the good thing that's come from this. Because now again, the main problem, there's a good thing. It's just like Starfield's a leaping point. So there's a standard now. So you need to be at least this good.
Yes.
Right? The problem is that Microsoft's and Bethesda and Activision, because other than Call of Duty, their track record has not been great.
No.
So, if the next game that is a Xbox exclusive just absolutely sucks, you're back at square one.
Yep.
So, it's good, but you still you've got to keep on
now that. Now comes the hard work of maintaining, if not improving that.
You've got to have
standard.
That's your standard now. You've got to keep that.
Yep.
All your games need to meet that level, at least.
And we don't mean that level of exploration or that the quality of the product. That is what you have to meet. Not every game has to be Starfield, and not every game has to be a space exploration with 20,000 bajillion things.
It has to work and it has to be enjoyable.
It has to work, enjoyable, and be an actual, complete product.
Yeah, that's all. That's your standard now. Right, moving on.
Before we get sidetracked by something else.
Moving on. That is... unfortunately, my tablet is...
dying.
It's very slow today, bless it. Right. So, going on from Microsoft, let's go on to Sony and doing the very bizarre thing of upping their prices.
Yeah.
For no apparent reason. Mm-hmm. Like, why?
Like, Sony, stop being stupid. This is dumb. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, so the service annual essential plan will go from $60 to $80. So for us, that'll be $40 to $60.
Yeah.
The extra plan will go from $100 to $135.
So that's like 110 quid to 115 for us.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Well, no, the extras. How much is extra for us? Extras not that much. Extras. The extras like the 80 quid.
Yeah.
Because
that's
the
going
premium.
up to...
The premiums is the £100 one for us.
Yeah, that's probably going to go up to 120.
That's going to go up to 120.
So
the extra's probably going to go to 100 for us.
Now,
new pricing goes into effect starting September the 6th, so that's tomorrow. If you've already subscribed to everything, your price you're not going to be paying anything extra.
It doesn't rise until you renew it.
Yeah, until you renew it, which is still bullshit.
Yeah, that's typical subscription thing.
It's still bullshit though.
It is still bullshit. It is still absolute fucking bullshit. Because I'll be honest, there's nothing like
the most weird. It's still what I don't.
There's nothing on it that justifies the price increase. So unless Sony are going to do something monumentally amazing,
yeah. If you are a current subscriber to PlayStation Plus, Sony says the price increase won't take effect until you renew your renewal date or after November 6th. However, if you make any changes to your subscriptions, such as upgrades, downgrades, or buy an additional time, you'll have to pay the new rate. Sony says the price hikes will go into effect globally and will allow the company to continue bringing high-quality games and value-added benefits to the service. It adds that the yearly plans will still come at a discounted rate as opposed to the 1 or 3-month subscriptions that it offers. My problem with this is that the fact that they don't say why they're upping the price.
They're going to buy someone.
Do you think?
Yeah. I think they're creating a war chest to start buying some more companies.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Hey!
Look,
the
Microsoft...
Xbox fans said there's nothing wrong with a monopoly, so there you go.
I suppose. And a judge, sided with them.
Yeah. Yeah, congratulations, well done. This is what happens when monopolies start happening.
I did, actually, when I was at work, I had a big argument about this.
Yeah. About
monopolies, because, he likes Xbox.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You can like Xbox. But I've always had a problem with him because he's always kind of made it out that Xbox isn't the reason why they are where they are. Even though it is.
Well, I was about to say
Sony didn't put Xbox where they are. Microsoft fucked up the Xbox One so badly that's the reason why they've had to buy all these companies.
Yeah.
But safe to say, and I was trying to explain to him that monopolies are not good, that they're horrible, and he's just like, no, it'll be fine, and I was like, no, it won't be. He's like, what do you think is going to happen next? Or do you think Sony are just going to be like, oh well, they've bought Activision, oh well, I best go, start digging my grave, Do you think that's actually, no, Sony are going to go buy someone now, most likely, and it could be anyone. Most likely, I would hedge my bets on Konami.
Yeah,
and I would hedge my bets on Konami.
At the time that the Microsoft deal was announced, I said Sony should go buy Konami because Konami aren't doing anything with their IP, so at least we'll get something from it. There's an actual improvement there. But now Konami are starting to do stuff with their IP, and it doesn't look like shit.
Yeah.
So also, although caveat, the Metal Gear Solid trilogy that they're releasing is only ports.
Oh.
And I'm like, for the love of...
Oh, yeah. No, I know about the trilogy that they're releasing. Because the only thing they're really changing is just the remaster for free. So, yeah, I knew about the trilogy being ports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn you, Konami.
Yeah, they weren't remaking.
Konami.
They weren't remaking.
No, well, in a sense, fine, but like the fact is, like, Metal Gear Solid 2, for example, runs at 60 frames per second on the PS2.
Mm-hmm.
It will only run at 30 on the Switch.
Oh.
And I'm like, how? How is that possible? How is that possible?
Wait. Are they re-releasing the HD versions? Because you remember they did the trilogy.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
That might be what it is.
I think it might be. Well,
so they're not actually releasing the
thing
PS2
is,
version.
the HD versions was Metal Gear 2, 3, and
the PSP game.
The PSP. PSP. Oh, what was it called? Portable Ops.
Yeah.
That's what was released.
So I'm just thinking that might be why it's 30.
Probably
if it's the HD version, that might be why.
It's that.
Because the Switch doesn't well, I know the normal Switch doesn't play HD. I think the OLED does.
The OLED does, but it'll be Konami, so it'll be for the cheapest possible version.
Yeah.
So that is disappointing. I will probably still get it because I do not have. Well, I do have it on the PS3, but it's a ball ache to get the PS3 set up and.
You'll be able to play it on your 5 or your 4.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just a ease of life, and also like I will always show to Konami that yes, if you make a decent Metal Gear game, I will buy it.
Yes.
The problem is that I don't think you can make a decent Metal Gear game.
No, I don't think they can.
No. But back onto
Sony and their bullshit.
So.
Oh, actually, yeah, I've just realised it's a rare occasion, but we've got the Sony bat out.
Yeah.
We've dusted it off.
I know. To prove that we do call out Sony on their shit. Because even though I state that I'm a Sony fanboy for playing every single console since they started, I don't like it when Sony does bullshit like this. Like they did with the crossplay palaver in the PS4 generation. Like, I don't like Sony like this because it's just fucking. It's like you don't need to do this.
Yeah.
But the only thing I can think of, unless they're they're going to do something absolutely amazing for the fans, like double the collection of games you can have overnight. I don't think that. The only thing I can think of is that they're now building up resources to go buy someone.
You think? I mean, it's possible.
Which is kind of concerning because a lot of people keep saying they should buy Square Enix, and I'm like, I don't want that.
I don't want them to buy Square Enix.
Square Enix,
although
Square Enix have their own problems.
There is only one thing that I would generally be like, okay, yeah, go for it, just because it would be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they made that huge announcement that it's going to the Xbox.
Oh, Final Fantasy 14.
And then all of a sudden, Sony's bought Square Enix. Oh no. Oh no. I would just personally, that would just be funny. I don't want it to happen because I do want Final Fantasy 14 on the Xbox because more players means a better game. But at the same time, part of me would just be like, oh no. Very sad. Anyway,
the thing is, though,
I don't think that
the thing is, though, if Sony announced they buy anyone, the people who have championed the Microsoft deal with Activision Blizzard cannot complain about it at all.
No, they can't.
They can't complain about it at all under any circumstances at any point. It's just not possible because it is literally the same. The only difference is that it's a Japanese company and an American company.
Yeah.
You just shouldn't need to read the lines about what I'm insinuating here. So,
if Sony do buy anybody, it won't be Square Enix. We've actually talked about this before, but Square Enix is actually more than just video games.
Yes, it is. It's like Samsung when they had the issue with the phones, and people were like, "Oh, is Samsung going to go bankrupt?" It's like, dude,
they make
phones isn't even like their biggest income. They make shit for the fucking South Korean military.
Yeah. They'll be fine.
This is a mild inconvenience to our finances. Oh well. We've got this $20 billion missile program.
They could buy Capcom. Capcom would be a big acquisition for them.
That is very true, and that would also get all the Xbox getting all riled up as well. I mean, that's the only thing company-wise I'm looking and thinking of is what will make the Xbox fanboys who were championing the takeover.
To be honest,
what would make I don't know anyone, but which one would make them go mental breakdown the most?
Oh, I know that's easy. EA.
Yeah, go on. Yeah,
if they bought EA,
yeah.
Oh my god,
there would be riots in the streets.
You'd have to go out wearing riot gear, SWAT gear. That's it. I'm going to work. I'm just going to put my armor on.
the joke from Family Guy when Brian stopped 9/11.
Yeah,
people goes out and it's just the country's on fire. Oh.
PlayStation, please.
Just stop.
Don't do this. Okay, right. Moving on to more important things in a sense. Unfortunately, Violation, Violation?
Volition.
Why am I just
Volition.
having trouble? Volition. Why am I having trouble pronouncing that all of a sudden? I was saying it fine like 10 minutes ago. Not 10 minutes ago.
Because we were recording.
Before we were recording this, we were talking about this, and I was fine. I was fine saying the name, and now all of a sudden I can't pronounce it.
Because we're recording.
Because we're recording now. It's fine. Right. Volition has been shut down. Effective immediately.
Yeah.
They've been shut down basically because of how bad Saints Row was.
Yeah.
And yes, that game was so bad. That is the one of like when you see a game that is bad, like you don't even need.
Yeah.
Like when the advertisement for that game is bad.
They made a Saints Row game with none of the charm that Saints Row has.
Yeah.
They thought it was all crass humour and all that, and it didn't. None of the characters were likable. None of the mission structure was enjoyable.
And the game didn't work.
And the game didn't work on launch. And I'm like, yeah, this deserves to fail.
Look, people will forgive a lot of things. Like you can have your political messaging, you can have your terrible script, you can have really unlikable characters.
I mean, just look at Skyrim.
Yeah, look at Skyrim. But as long as your game is good, people will forgive you for pretty much everything else.
Oh, that's another thing about the complaints about Starfield. Like people say, I don't want politics in it. I'm like, Skyrim has 2 factions battling for the control of.
Yeah, and they're both dicks.
They're both dicks. It's a civil war. How much more political conflict can you get? Like what the? I'm just like.
I mean, look at Fallout.
It's the meme of tell me you haven't played a company's game without actually saying it.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want politics in my games. So why are you playing this game?
I don't want politics in my games. I point to Metal Gear. Not just Metal Gear Solid, the entire Metal Gear series.
Yeah. But anyway, back to this.
Dishonored,
aye.
Bioshock.
Well, Bioshock's more ideology.
It is ideology.
It's not political, in a sense.
In a sense, but it is.
You can put it there.
Like Andrew Ryan does all this shit because of the politics of the capitalism, communism.
Yeah, but like religion. That's why I'm saying like Bioshock is much more political ideology more than actual.
Yes, but
political.
People, that's the thing. It's still political.
Yeah,
But anyway, back onto
you can put Bioshock there.
Back onto Saints Row being a terrible game, and because it had nothing of the charm or wit or the stuff in the original Saints Row
just
games.
Fun. In general, just fun in general.
Like Saints Row.
Yeah.
Like it seemed to be one on the theory that Saints Row was fun. Saints Row was enjoyable because it had crass humor, and everyone was like, "Bro, yo, woo, yeah!"
And just like the word, they really like to say the word "fuck."
Yeah,
like they really like that word.
Nothing was ever serious, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure they actually killed one of the main crew.
Yeah,
in one of the games. And it was actually treated seriously. Like, the old Saints Row games, yes, a lot of it was humour. A lot of it was crass. A lot of it was all that stuff that the new Saints Row had. But it's like in a sense, it's like the Dungeons and Dragons film. In comparison to the current Marvel crap that's coming out. It knows when to tell the joke and when not to tell the joke. It knows when to like sit down and go, okay, it's serious time now, guys. This is serious shit. We're not making fun of this.
Yeah. I think the other the other problem was like you said, the characters were not likable.
None of the characters are likable.
The other problem is like they just didn't talk like people.
No.
Like nobody talks like that.
No, it's
like. I'm sure there was one of them.
It's as if
it's the guy that he never wears the top.
It's as if they watched early 90s WWE wrestling.
Yeah.
Promos.
Yeah.
And that's like,
even now.
Everyone was... Yeah, but even now, like, there's a little bit of serious tone. There's a little bit more realism in it. Like,
a little bit.
In a sense. Like, you just have to look at the Bloodline storyline for WWE to go with that. I'm on about like the whole when it was just pure gimmicks and the whole gimmick was like the Repo Man and his whole thing was going to repossess your car by beating you in a wrestling match, and I'm like,
Repo Man, dude, best wrestler.
6-year-old me loved it. It was amazing. I was like, boo him, he's a nasty man, boo him.
He's trying to take somebody's car, boo
him. You know, a little 6-year-old me, but, you know, I was 6.
Yeah.
Saints Row is not supposed to be for 6-year-olds.
It's not just that. It's like you know, Saints Row is supposed to be, like, basically Grand Theft Auto.
But ridiculous.
You're supposed to be, like, robbing banks and all this other shit for yourself. It's not, like, your characters are not like... Oh yes, well we're going to create a non-capitalist utopia, and we're going to do this and that. No, God, I just want to rob a bank.
No, but here's the thing, right? Those characters, they weren't even thinking of that. They were just so. It's, you know, when you get a group of people that are just so full of themselves, that you just cannot like them no matter what. That was this group for Saints Row. It was like they were just. Awful. So awful. They were awful people. We've just shot this dude. Let's party on, dude.
Yeah.
Like, oh, for the love of...
And actually, you know, when you see that sort of stuff, it just reminded me of Wolfenstein Youngblood, of like how bad those two girls are.
Yeah.
When you actually think about it.
Yeah.
Like how like sociopathic they are.
Yeah, how like very disconnected to what
to the world.
Like at least Blazkowicz is like, look, I'm killing all these people, but they're Nazis, so it's perfect.
The Nazis, fine. Number one, I'm in the middle of a war.
And two, they're Nazis.
And they are the enemy. And three, they're the Nazis.
Yeah. But, like, there's just not enough, like, Saints Row was that bad. It killed the studio. It killed the studio. I feel sorry for the people that worked on it.
Well, I feel sorry for the devs in that. I do not feel sorry for the
management.
The management.
No.
The people that came out and basically started calling the people who were criticising the game like homophobic, racists, sexists, all because they basically said, by the way, your game sucks. You just don't like our political view. No, that's... Well, I mean, I don't like your political view on the game, because your political view on the game is just completely one-sided.
Or makes no sense.
That
was the thing I got. I was like, I wouldn't even mind it if it was completely one-sided, because at least then it would make some sense. It didn't even make sense.
No. I always think if you're going to put a political message into any sort of story, like, you need to have both sides. You can't just put in one side.
The best example is the Metal Gear series, personally, I think, because it doesn't shove it in your face, and yet it is always constantly there. And then there's always the end game is always the political spiel of like this, that, and the other, and all this.
Yeah.
And like, we're all tools of the machine and all that.
Yeah. But like, I don't think you should just be shoving in political messages into anything without actually thinking about what you're doing.
It depends on the political message. If your political message is Nazis are evil and should be shot, like Wolfenstein, that's perfectly fine.
That's not a political message.
That's a statement of fact.
That's just a statement of fact. It's like people saying, "Oh well, I I like the political message of don't be a racist. Like, that's not a political message. That's just a fact. Don't be racist.
That's a statement. Yeah, that is a statement of fact.
Like, don't be an asshole.
I know it's hard for some people, apparently, but it's.
But if you're gonna shove in a load of political messages of like capitalism is absolutely evil and all this other stuff, you cannot just put that in and expect people to be like, yeah, I totally agree.
I don't even think that. I think that like no one cares about the political messaging in Saints Row because it's supposed to be stupid fun,
and it's just a shit game.
And and like I said, like the latest Saints Row that bombed.
They just went too. I think, if I'm honest, I think they just went too hard on. This is just for the story. I think they just went too hard on the political messaging instead of actually just looking at it. Okay, what's a stupid story that we could tell that's fun?
But also the story is also tied to the characters, and the characters are unlikable.
It's like the CW.
Problem. Yes,
with the story.
Yes,
for Saints Row.
Yes, that is very.
That's what I mean by like.
It's very one-sided.
Political and one-sided political messaging. If you've watched anything from the CW for like I'd say the last 5 to 10 years, like you'll know what I mean.
It's very bad.
Like it's really really bad. Like they've got like the normal standard stuff down. Like don't be a dickhead. Like gay people exist. And all that sort of stuff.
To put it into the most plainness and most understandable thing. The CW writing is that bad that the Flash was no longer the main star of his own show.
Yeah, but what I mean is like, so they had you like I said the political statement of don't be a dickhead. They had that stuff down pretty much.
Yeah.
Right, but once they got into like the more complicated things, that's when they start having trouble. And this is what I mean when like. I think if you don't know what you're talking about, you really shouldn't put
when there's stuff that
into your things.
When there's stuff that needs a little bit of nuance.
Like
the CW doesn't do it.
Yeah,
well.
like the whole argument with capitalism, right? Like if you don't know what you're talking about, don't be putting shit in saying, "No, capitalism should go down," because you don't know fuck all.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think the current form of capitalism that we currently have at the moment is a fucking pile of shit. But as I've constantly said in these videos, I don't think, especially the game industry, works off capitalism. It works off what I call is a fake capitalism, because it's basically they want all the money all the time, and if it doesn't go up, there's no actual thought of the actual sustainability of it, which I think a true capitalist that isn't just driven by greed would think about. It's like, okay, so is this sustainable? What do you mean? Well, for the next year, yeah. No. Is this sustainable for 10 years? Well, that's a no.
All right, so we're going to make some changes.
That's a no. This growth is not sustainable for 10 years, so we're not going to try and make it sustainable for 10 years. And also, you can get the fuck out, since you clearly haven't planned for 10 years. And last time I checked, as the owner of this company, I'm responsible for the people below me actually having a roof over their head. So I need them to have a roof over their head so that they can come to work and, actually make a good product.
And then obviously there's all the bugs in the game.
Yes. The fact that the game, like I said, it wasn't just the story. The characters were bad. Like there was very little redeeming features.
Everything was bad about that game.
Yeah.
Like everything was bad about that game, which is a shame that Saints Row looks like it's going to be. It's going to go out with a whimper instead of a bang.
Yeah. At least the previous Saints Row before that, yes, it was dumb.
And it was way over the top.
Way over the top. Too far. It jumped the shark, but at least, it had you going out against demons.
Yeah, and it was fun.
Yeah.
It was, at the end of the day, it was a fun game. And that's just... the last Saints Row was just not that. And they tried to do something... They tried to make Saints Row into something that it really isn't.
Although, again, to the people that do not know how to criticize things, it didn't die because it was woke, it died because it was bad.
Because it sucked.
It was bad. If it was a good game and woke, it would have done well.
Well, yeah, it still would have made money if it, even if it was
exactly.
Right.
So go F yourselves. It was a bad game. That's why it fucking failed.
Yeah. Right. We shall move on to.
I do feel sorry for the lower ranking stuff.
I do feel bad for them
because I know they didn't work on it and wanted to make a bad game, and
apparently the whole shift in tone for Saints Row didn't happen until Deep Silver bought Volition. So Deep Silver got started getting involved. So
Volition were basically trying
apparently
to
this is
rumor.
This is rumor and all sort of, but apparently.
But once again, it seems upper management are the reason why a game sucks because they don't know how to make a fucking game.
Yes.
Anyway, moving on.
Deep Silver. I'm trying to think what other games did they do.
Dead Island.
A Dead Island, yes. That game.
Mm-hmm.
And Dead Island 2 is not too bad, to be fair.
No, although I've heard people really, really, really upset about the last boss.
I can't even remember what the last boss was.
It's in a confined room. It's one of the big bulky things, and also other monsters come out, or other zombies, like special zombies come out, like the screamers and that.
I think I killed it within like 30 seconds. I just went rage mode and beat the shit out of it.
I think you probably were over leveled for it as well. So
I might have been. I have no idea. I can't remember. I can't remember the boss. That's how good it was.
It was forgettable.
I remember the game. I just don't remember the boss. I do know that like at the end there's like this bit where it hints to like possibly DLC, and I'm just like,
you're not getting any.
You took so long to come out. You think you're getting DLC? the original team that worked on you isn't there anymore.
None of them.
They're all gone. They retired. They got that old.
Anyway.
Yeah, moving on. Okay, so I think this is probably the biggest news of everything.
It is the one that will have the biggest impact and implications going forward.
So, video game voice actors could be next to go on strike. Now, a couple of, I think it was 2 days ago, they had the vote, and they voted to actually go on strike.
Oh, so it is now official that they're going on strike.
Yeah, I think they're going to go on strike with the actors.
I know someone released a list of companies that would be affected by the strike action, as into like streamers, to give the streamers like, look, if you want to support the strike, these companies are the ones you avoid. I can't remember the list.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to assume Activision is on that list.
I believe so. But I can't remember but also it's they don't actually list like the game companies per se. Just the voice.
Activision's on the list because the list isn't here, but Activision gets mentioned into about AI into their games.
Yes.
So yeah, Activision's going to be on the list.
Activision
Ubisoft is going to be on there.
So if you want to support the strikes, you boycott Activision Blizzard. You do not stream, you do not record, nothing to do with them. Because
I'll see if I can find the list later so we can maybe go through it next week.
There may be an actual.
But
the list I found with the person who tweeted out, it wasn't the actual game companies. It was like the departments, the voice acting departments of each one.
Yeah.
Per se, but I didn't recognize some of them, so I'm like, is that with a company? Is that this company? I don't know.
We'll find out. I'm sure we'll find out somewhere.
Because, I want to be a responsible supporter of union and union action, and I don't want to inadvertently promote a company that is a big pile of poop.
Which is why you don't play COD.
It's why I don't play COD. It's why I've stopped playing anything to do with Activision Blizzard. I mean, there is literally only COD for Activision Blizzard. I used to play Hearthstone a bit. Overwatch, and Diablo. I did the.
You haven't touched Diablo 4.
Diablo 4. I played the beta and then waited after the launch, and then season 1 came out, and I was like, "Well, that's money saved."
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that was a disappointment for me.
Yeah.
I got so hyped. I was so happy.
Path of Exile 2 will be everything that you wish Diablo 4
Yeah, but
was.
now it's just going to hurt me even more because Path of Exile 3. Path of Exile is going to be free.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have just waited for this.
You could have done.
I spent money on Diablo 4. And now I just feel... I feel silly.
Yes.
I feel silly. That's
but back onto the strike.
Oh, hold on. All right. Right. So, the SAG-AFTRA, which is the voice actors
Screen Actors Guild.
and whatever the after is,
Is it actors for? I don't know. But anyway, the union
announced on its official website on Friday that it has voted unanimously to send a strike authorization vote to members. The authorization comes as the union is set to begin negotiations with a number of major companies, including EA, Activision, Epic Games, Insomniac Games, Warner Bros. Games, Take-Two, and more. I know Naughty Dog is also in there.
Yeah.
And a couple of others, over the big ones. So,
let's all be honest. It's not that hard. If you don't want the strike to go ahead, all the companies need to do is go, yeah, we won't use AI, and yeah, we'll pay voice actors a fair wage. That's all they're asking for.
It's been nearly a year since I got a video game contract in the interactive media agreement was extended beyond the original expiry date as we negotiated with the companies for critical teams. Critical terms, the SAG-AFTRA members need. So
they're already saying, look, we're showing some leniency. We've given you an extension because we believe you were actually negotiating in good faith and all that. So we're not giving you an infinite deadline. Blah blah blah.
Unfortunately, throughout the negotiation, the companies have failed to address those needs. For this reason, the negotiation committee and national board unanimously agreed that the union should have a member-approved strike authorization in hand when bargaining resumes on September 26th.
So basically it's like, look, we're not happy with what you got us at the moment. We're now going to ask our union members if they want to strike over this or not. If they come back with a yes, then the ball's in your park.
But yeah, this is really big.
It is.
Because this could affect a lot of...
And it is an extension of the current situation with the Screenwriters Guild and the
Actors Guild.
The Actors Guild for Hollywood and TV studios, who, let's all be honest, could afford to pay people better wages.
Especially the writers. As much as I do...
complain
rag on the
state of certain shows' writings at the moment. Yeah. But as I've stated to you, it won't be those people that will get the shit end of the stick. It'll be the people lower than them that have to do.
Oh, I know. But if you're gonna get somebody to do a job, you got to pay them.
Yeah.
you got to pay them, and you got to pay them fairly. You kind of be
good script writing. Good script writing is the cornerstone of having a good show, movie, or if you have bad script writing, it puts a lot more pressure on the actors and that. Right. For example, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, that was terrible. But it's not that. This might be the reason why we've got such bad writing.
Yeah.
On TV and in movies is because if you're not paying writers
if you're not paying writers enough to be able to actually have a roof over their head,
then there's not going to have any real motivation to keep going. They might have a motivation to write something with their first script or something like that, but after that,
but also they have they can't concentrate on the task of making the script as best as possible because they probably have another job. So and that job pays for the house. So they have to do that job, and then that means that the writing becomes secondary, which means that they're doing it after they're finished work and they're tired and hungry and thirsty and distracted by this shit that happened at work. And if they've had a bad day at work, it'll affect the writing on the script. Just pay your goddamn writers.
Just pay the writers.
It's not even this is the thing. They wouldn't even be a full 1% of these companies' profits.
Yeah.
That if they paid them a decent wage, that is the epitome of greed that we're dealing with here. Yeah. These major corporations with these CEOs on multi-billion-dollar contracts who have done fuck all to get the company where it is. I'm sorry, but no CEO in especially Hollywood and especially the triple game industry, has done anything to put that company where it is. Bobby Kotick has not done a damn fucking thing to put Activision... Well, actually, he has, because it's now in a terrible place. But when it was at its height of power, he was not responsible for that.
No.
He was not responsible for the likes of...
The only thing he did was say, yes, you can make that game.
Yeah, that was it.
But yeah.
He didn't make the Tony Hawk's games.
No.
Etc, 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 etc.
He didn't make that board that you could play Tony Hawk's with. That was a weird one, I'm not going to lie.
That was a bad game. But no, Tony Hawk's 1, he didn't make that. Tony Hawk's 2, didn't make that. Tony Hawk's 3, didn't make that. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, didn't make that.
Yeah.
Call of Duty 1, no, didn't make that. 2, no. So yeah, it was inevitably going to eventually come to...
Yeah, it was going to get to the video game
industry, because the video game industry is like all other parts of the entertainment industry. The people at the very top are shit and don't know their shit and don't know what the fuck they're doing. But they are that so far disconnected from the actual reality of the world that they don't realise it.
Yeah.
They are insulated from their terrible decisions. Therefore, they think that because they haven't been affected by their terrible decisions, it was the correct decision.
This did not hurt me. Yeah, good. I put this man's hand over the pan instead of mine. His hand is burnt, but mine is okay, so it's fine.
I did the right thing.
I did the right thing. He has to go to hospital now, but I don't.
And pay medical bills, but
I don't. Yeah.
That is literally a very well summarized.
Pretty much, yeah.
of the entertainment industry as a whole.
Yeah.
Like, even the music industry.
No. Whoa.
I mean, no. The music industry is a special kind of...
That industry is scum above all else. Like, my God. Like, I feel bad for people now that when they're like, oh, I want to be a singer. I'm like, oh, you poor soul.
You don't know.
You don't know. You know nothing. That industry is scum. It's just scum after scum after scum.
I mean, here's the thing. After learning more and more about how the music industry currently works, I'm surprised only Britney Spears has had a mental breakdown.
Well, I know if you've got Kesha. She had one.
Yeah.
I'm
just saying. I'm surprised. Like, there's not been more.
Britney Spears, I think, is the only one that's had one in public.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been quite a few that's ended up having like really, really bad mental breakdowns in the music industry because of just the way they've been trapped by producers and stuff like that. Like, Kesha was pretty much kept as a slave by her producer.
Yeah.
And used for certain things, which is just like, wow, so that's why you were the way you were. It all actually makes sense now. Good God. Oh, I just feel icky now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, back to this.
Back to the game industry.
Back to the game industry.
It says something when you go back to the game industry because it's better.
Because it's yeah.
We're talking about the game industry which has Ubisoft and Activision Blizzard in it.
Yeah.
Oh God,
that's a better thing to talk about than the music industry.
Yeah, that's saying something.
And how they deliberately,
like, the bar is low. The bar is low. You don't understand how low the bar is.
Yeah, James Cameron can't lift this one up.
Dear God. But yeah, it was inevitably going to come because it's the game industry, and unless they are actually hitting the only thing they care, which is their wallet, they will literally pull any kind of bullshit possible, which includes, we're going to include AI. We're going to have AI make our NPCs dialogues. Oh, great! So my can you imagine a fucking... Okay, so Starfield's good, but Bethesda has a, let's say, style with their NPCs.
That's very true.
Let's just put it at that. Right?
Stop! You're breaking the law.
Like, I've been shot. I will now get up and collapse. That's just the way Bethesda does things.
Yeah. Or I used to be an adventurer. Every guard said that.
Yeah.
I used to be an adventurer, and then I took an arrow to the knee.
Yeah.
Could you imagine AI.
How many?
How many people are going to say that?
Yeah, but no. You've got the style that Bethesda have their NPCs look like, and then followed by the lifeless wording of an AI.
No, the thing that I want, because it's AI, so there's going to be glitches at some point, especially with Bethesda.
Especially since just with the AAA game industry as a whole, because they won't actually spend money on it.
The thing that
it will be the most rudimentary.
I want like the wrong voices to come out of the bodies. Like I want small children to sound like Darth Vader.
Here's the thing, right? I guarantee you, the CEOs of these gaming companies have seen stuff like Nero, Vidal's AI VTuber, and they think, oh yeah, all AI can do that. Do you not understand how long Vidal is? Vidal? Is it
not Vidal?
Vidal. Anyway, do you not know how long this guy has actually been working on that?
And that he still is.
And technically still is. She's not a finished product. Yeah. She still has glitches. She still goes off on random and
says random things.
Random single word tangents. And when I say single words, I mean she just repeats the same word over and over and over again. I mean, we put up with it because, boy, is she fucking brutal when she does collabs.
Yeah, when she does collabs, it's very... Like, how
did you get that one? Oh, my. There's like... It's the whole... I'm curious about, like, how the tech works, in a sense, and, like, it's impressive, the work that he has done. But we know that won't be the product that we get in the AAA game industry.
No.
It will be a very cheap, bare bones, minimum, not even close to what she can do, product.
Yeah.
Like, the most it'll probably be able to do is put a sentence together. And it probably won't even have any sort of relevance to what you've just said.
Oh, yeah, it'll make no sense whatsoever. Which is... Like, God. Why?
I know over the last couple of months ago there was a game with a chat GPT implementation, and it was like a yandere girl. Which I found interesting watching other people, because I was like, it can be interesting, but I just do not trust the AAA game industry to actually put the investment into something like this for it to actually work properly.
Yeah.
Because Activision Blizzard are probably looking at it and going, yeah, we could just spend $100 on it, and then that covers the entire writing for the entire game.
We no longer have to write games anymore. This thing can do it. Ha ha! Look at the savings that we're doing. This is how scummy that it's getting now. If you think about it, like, they've gone from making games and getting money for making games to putting monetization into games, to putting in gambling mechanics into games, to then taking gambling mechanics out because, that went a little bit too far. But now they've gone from that to now we're going to fire our staff and put in a robot. So we can make more money. I'm sorry, but if your company has gotten to that point that you need to make that, and that's how much money that you make, like, you don't need to do that. You make enough money.
You are literally the evil corporation of every dystopian sci-fi movie.
You make enough money if your actual thing is like, well, we need to make more money, so we're going to fire staff. If that's your problem, we're not making enough money.
Yeah, but the strike. I've got a feeling it will go. It will go through, because, like I said, I don't think the gaming industry understands that. Yeah, people will eventually go on strike.
Yeah, people will just stop eventually.
They'll stop. You can only push people so far, and then eventually they'll go, do you know what?
This is not worth it.
This is not worth it. And, like, other industries have had this issue rise itself up because of the after COVID, because there's especially it mostly hit like the medical professions, but also like government offices where people still had to go in. Like, everyone, speaking from experience, everyone was like, oh, you're doing so well coming in, and during this crisis and all this, you yourself,
No, I didn't.
Your bosses didn't get that.
No, I didn't get that at all.
No.
I got a well done, thank you for coming in, off my bosses, and then I am the scum of the universe, and I got spat on, I got coughed at,
Yes.
I got everything I got called everything. I got told I should die.
Yeah.
I'm the reason why.
You worked in retail, and everyone else who worked in retail probably suffered the exact same thing, which again wasn't cool, wasn't good, should never have fucking happened. But the thing is like when they tell you all this stuff. Oh, well, you're doing.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for coming in.
The work.
And
is
then
important.
The year rolls on, and you've been told, oh, you're vitally important, but we can't afford to pay you an actual pay rise.
Yeah, we can't give you that pay rise.
Inflation's at 10%. Your bills have gone up by more than 10%, to the point where you probably will struggle to pay your bills if you don't get an actual pay rise. But your bosses go, no, we can't give you that pay rise because I've just given myself a 100% pay rise.
Yeah.
And this condo.
Yeah. And a nice flashy new car.
Yes.
I know that one by personal experience.
Yes. I've bought this. I can't
have my pay rise because my boss bought a big house and a car. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, your boss truly cares about you.
Yes, but you definitely care about us. Definitely care about us.
And so, needless to say, the workforce of these companies basically went, okay, so you actually don't give a shit about us, so why should we give a shit about you? We're going on strike until you pay us, actually.
It's not even just that. It's the point of like, well, I can't afford to pay to keep the roof over my head anyway.
So
why am I doing this work?
Yeah. Why do I do this? I don't have you don't pay me enough anyway. What are you gonna do? Stop paying me? I'll still be in the same boat I am in already. Yeah. It makes you not paying me makes no difference. So that's a situation that a lot of companies and government departments across the world have found themselves in.
Yeah.
The workforce basically going, what are you going to do? Not pay me? You're not been paying me enough anyway. Your threat of not paying me has...
And then
when your threat of not paying me means I'm still going to be in the same situation I'm in now, it's not as threatening as you think it is.
My boat is still got a hole in it. It's still leaking. Yeah. It's still sinking. I'm still in it.
I'm still in it. Except now I'm not stepping out of the boat into your boat, watching it sink faster because I'm not there trying to bail it out.
Yeah. It's an absolute mess when it comes to the entertainment industry at the moment.
It is.
It's just the way that they treat the workers. It's just absolute fucking.
Always support your unions as well because
strong
unions means people aren't taken advantage of. Just look at Activision Blizzard.
Yeah. They
don't have a union, and look at them.
Yeah. Well, look at most gaming industry.
Yeah, look at the vast majority of the gaming industry. They don't have strong union representation, and lo and behold, the bottom rung of the ladder gets shat on from the top.
Yeah, because there's nothing they can do.
Trickle down economics. What they don't tell you is the trickle down is shit.
Yeah, it's awful. Anywho, I think that's it.
That's the last of it.
That is the last of it. I'll find out if for definite they are going to go on strike, and we'll probably go over this again next week.
Yeah,
it's probably going to get announced if they are going on strike.
And hopefully there'll be an actual list of like what companies, what gaming publishers and developers are affected. Because it would be it would be nice because I know some of the union members have been saying, please don't stream these games, and any games involved in this strike action don't promote because it is a form of promotion. And for those who want to support it would be nice if there's a very easy, understandable list of companies that are affected by this, so that we can go, we won't stream that down for now. Will everyone do that? No, because there are certain streamers that will just not bother.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
some aren't aware.
It's not that, but you also have to understand that, streamers,
and also some have to because it is their livelihood, and them not playing certain games, unfortunately, loses them money.
Yeah, and
to a point where they can't keep doing it.
like let's say if Microsoft's on there.
Yeah.
Right. Do you think any of those streamers are not going to stream
Minecraft, Starfield, Minecraft?
Is it like
Yeah.
It's just the way. Unfortunately, it's the way streaming is.
Yeah.
As much as
well, again, we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
See what happens. You never know.
Who knows?
There may be a miracle, and the companies actually negotiate in good faith and come up with a deal that's acceptable. I mean, I know I've stated something that is less likely than winning the lottery, but still, it could happen.
Could happen.
There is a chance. There's one, even if there's 1%.
Yeah, that's true. So you're telling me there's a chance? I like it. But anyway, yeah. So we've got that. Starfield's out. Not out.
Well, Starfield's out. Starfield's out in early access,
and it's got decent reviews.
It's not shit, which was my concern.
It's good.
I'm glad I'm wrong. Like I've been saying, I'm glad I'm wrong. Congratulations, Bethesda. You can actually make a game. Holy shit.
For now.
Miracles.
For now. Just wait till the next one to come out.
Yeah, apparently the Elden Ring... Elder Scrolls, sorry. It is too hot. Anyway, the Elder Scrolls, that was literally all they ever had.
Yeah.
Apparently that's all... Like, they're only just... potentially starting production.
No.
And I'm like... So in other words... That was just a lie.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, it wasn't a lie, because let's be honest. We all knew they were going to make another one.
I know, but like when they presented it, they said, "Oh yeah, we're making Elder Scrolls."
You see, they can get around that by saying, "Well, we said we're making it. We didn't say when we are making it." There's a way around these things.
Yes.
See, this is what working in retail gets you. You
learn how to get around these.
You learn how to get around these worded things. But yeah, so Starfield's out. It's Sony are being dicks by pricing up again. Violation is gone.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Which is sad. And the voice actors could be going on strike.
Most likely going on strike.
Most likely going on strike. So I do hope you've enjoyed this chat. We went on
quite a few tangents.
I went on a political one.
I know.
I'm quite impressed with myself.
You tend to avoid them because you just get sick and tired of it.
I don't like talking about politics. It just gets on my nerves. But like sometimes, if you're going to put politics in your games, you got to talk about it.
But also, I understand like the current so-called political environment. This whole. Like
it's just one way or another.
Yeah, and it's
moment.
like
it's just.
I'm pretty sure politics is about getting compromises from each other so that you both get 75% of what you want.
It's
of 50,
at the moment. It's like both.
Zero?
At the moment, in all honesty, this is the last bit. Everything it seems to be way over the top for both sides.
Yes.
Like it's not just sort of like, well, I want this and you want that. Let's try and. It's. I want this, and if I don't get this, you're a racist. Or you're this, that, and the other. Or you're woke. Or you're, like, it's just like, no, just fuck off.
Can we
go back to being at least a little bit?
Can we go and compromise? If we compromise, we might both get 75% of what we want, instead of both of us getting 0.
Can we just go back to making just a little bit of common sense arguments?
It's the zero-sum game that I'm just sick and tired of it, because it's like you're not helping anyone.
Yeah, nobody gets any help, and it's stupid. Because the annoying thing is like we're putting politics into things that really politics shouldn't be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but also politics can be put in anything in a way that isn't like it's not that it's been put in; it's been forced in. It's not.
No, like let's look at Starfield. What I mean is like, okay, so the pronouns have been put in. That's not a political statement, but like these people that are complaining about it are making it political.
Yes,
that's what I mean.
They're having a massive hissy fit over it.
That's not political. It's just a fucking pronoun.
It's a word.
Yeah,
it's a word. Why are you upset? Why are you offended by a word?
I don't give a shit. Like that. Like that's not something to get annoyed at.
But also, like, a lot of other people have like pointed out and like gone, so technically doctor is a pronoun because you put it in front of a person's profession. If they were professionally a doctor of anything, their pronoun is doctor. So you're going to just stop doing that? No. Why? Because it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, exactly. But this is what I mean. Like, we're putting... Like, people are making things political when really they shouldn't be political.
No.
And that's my prime... That is a very good example, if I'm honest, if I do say so myself, is that, like putting pronouns into a game isn't political. But somebody screaming about the fact that there's pronouns in the game, that makes it political. And it's just like, you don't need to do that.
It's stupid.
Like, if you've got problems, you don't like the pronoun thing. I get it, but like, is it really that big of a deal?
Apparently, for some people,
not really.
Like,
it's like, I don't care. I don't care. Let them call themselves whatever the fuck they want. I don't give a shit.
It's like, apparently there's because it's in the future and all that sort of shit. There's a trans character.
Okay.
Right? And I'm like, okay. Some people are going, oh, I don't. And I'm like, this is a game which has like sci-fi alien like species and all that shit.
You do realise in Skyrim you could be a lizard.
Yeah. And
most lizards are asexual. Last time I checked.
Yeah, lizards can be asexual depending on.
Yeah.
It's like for example, the one that gets brought up in Jurassic Park, the frog they use for the DNA.
Yeah.
The frog can literally change its genes to be male or female depending on the what proportions are needed for the population.
Yeah.
It's a survival thing.
Right. So like, I just don't understand. I just like, I don't. I'm with the people who are like, I don't want politics in my games. I don't want politics in my games. But you're making things political by getting annoyed at stupid shit like this over nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, there's a trans person in the game. I don't care. Like, so what?
Is this person a fresh out character that I either A, like because I'm supposed to like them, or B, hate them because I'm supposed to hate them because they're a villain? That's the thing I care about. The other stuff is just extra stuff on top of the character to flesh them out in a sense.
Yes. Oh, they're trans. Okay, that's great. Now, tell me, what is their actual character?
Yeah, what their actual character is. Because that is just their sexual orientation.
Please do not do the 2000s. This is the gay character. Okay.
Clearly gay.
And what's their character? They're gay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, what's that? What do they like? What are they? Are they a bad person? Are they a good person?
Are they a jackass? Are they kind of considerate? Do they like sci-fi?
Do they like to do the garden? That sort of stuff.
Do they enjoy cooking?
Oh no, they're just gay. Oh, okay.
So in other words, you actually haven't made a character. You've made
a stereotype.
But yeah, like those people that are just absolutely going off on one on social media.
I mean, it's the same the other way around. Like,
oh yeah.
Like if a female character in a game wears anything skimpy, and they go off on one over like, oh, it's sexist. It fuck off. No, it isn't. There are women who walk around on the beach in next to fucking nothing. All right. And you don't complain about that. So go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's like some women like wearing clothes like that. But anyway, I think we should wrap it up.
What I mean? Like, it's not... Yeah. It's like, a woman wearing something skimpy is not political. But the minute somebody starts complaining about that shit...
It makes it
that's when it becomes political.
Yeah.
It's that sort of shit, and it gets on my fucking nerves. It's just like, the game's not political. You're making it political.
Yeah.
That's it. Anyway, I'm sorry about that rant. I do hope you enjoyed these.
Sometimes you have to just rant, though, especially over the absolute stupidity of some of it.
It is. It's just like a lot of people who go on like, oh well, all stories are political, right? No, all stories have a moral.
Yeah.
Not all stories are political.
Not all stories have to be political.
If you go by that logic, right, Spot the Dog is political.
Yeah. However, there are some games with political undertones.
You can have political undertones in anything.
But exactly, it's like...
But not every... What I'm saying is not everything...
The thing is, though, these people that are complaining, I don't want politics in my game, and it's like, no, what they actually want is they don't want politics they don't agree with.
Yeah.
I don't mind if a game has political stuff in it, as long as it's not forced and makes no sense.
Yeah.
A la Saints Row.
A la Saints Row.
So having politics being, but like saying,
we've tried to end this twice, and
Yeah,
we've
no.
just gone.
I think we're gonna like look. The so-called shitstorm over pronouns in Starfield is the most dumbest shitstorm in the world right now. If you are upset about the fact that it gives you an option to pick a fucking title, you really need to look at yourself in the mirror.
No, it's not even just that. I think you just need to actually go outside.
Nah.
Like, generally, just go outside.
Just go outside, touch grass.
You are one of these people that do actually need to go outside. That whole meme of going outside and touch grass. Yeah, you are one of those people that need to do that. Not even that. You need to go out, have a walk, go. I don't know. Go to the beach. Go to a shop. Go anywhere. Just
yes, but then there's the worry that they will bump into someone that does not align politically with them, and therefore they will be upset and have a boo-boo.
Maybe.
They are literally just man-childs.
There's also the chance that they'll go outside and realise, oh my god, the world's bigger than this.
Holy
shit. There are more problems that are actually more pressing than the fact that somebody uses a fucking pronoun.
There are more pressing problems in the world than the game giving me an option to choose my pronoun.
Yeah, like there's more things to get annoyed
when you
at.
say it out in a sentence like that, it shows how stupidly small this petty issue is.
Exactly.
And yet people still get very upset about it.
Yeah. There's like you okay, let's look at like not petty problems, but maybe a little bit bigger than that. Like the fact that Hollywood want to rewrite history.
Yes.
Like they straight up want to show you movies that they say are based on actual events that never happened.
Yeah.
The way that they say they did.
Sticking with changing history, the fact that southern state schools want to ban certain things that state the terribleness of slavery, and that certain groups were benefited by being slaves.
There are certain things that are happening right now that are generally disgusting. Yep. And it's just like, you're annoyed at a pronoun?
You're not a at times 3 or 4 letter word.
Exactly.
And on that bombshell.
So
if you are upset with a 3 or 4 letter word, you really need to give your head a wobble. Just
literally go outside and just look at the general world. Look, here's a good example, right? Look how we've gone from, at least in this country, we've gone from where you could have small communities of streets that everybody knew each other, right? And now you barely know your fucking next door neighbor, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just like we've gone from a community or a world that seemed to care about each other, at least in like the communities that we had, to just not giving a shit about anything.
I think it's not. We've not got to that level, but it's the fact that the stuff that gets the cameras pointed to them are those types.
Yeah.
That don't give a shit about anything else but themselves. And unfortunately, the narrative, it because of that, it makes the narrative feel like that.
It's not just that. Like, it's not... Like, I'm not blaming people for being like that. A lot of us have kind of been forced into that sort of way of thinking. Like, for me personally, I'm always one of those people that I will always say, you cannot help other people unless you help yourself. Like, you have to be able to stand on your own 2 feet before you can lift the next person up.
Yes.
Because the only other thing that's going to happen is that person's going to drag you down if you can't stand on your own. Mm-hmm. Right? That's just what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Right? But a lot of people, because of that, because of the way the world is, and the way, at least in this country, how the people at the top just treat the people at the bottom, a lot of people can't help the next person next to them because they can't look after themselves. Or they can, but they have to spend every waking fucking moment looking after themselves.
But also the whole narrative of I'm all right, Jack, which is a fucking social blooming process I hate to my very core, because it is so selfish and self-centered. But also the whole thing of like the media basically going, well, there's this terrible thing happening. People should really care about it. But it doesn't suit our narrative. So let's go point at this. And get Group A, who should be angry at us, angry at Group B.
Yeah.
Who are also in the ship, but not in the same shit that the Group A are in. And it's just like... I'm sick and tired of it, because, like, it is literally the whole...
It's deflecting the...
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to take responsibility for the things that happen.
For example, the current situation in our schools in the UK.
Like,
if anyone's read the news.
The Conservatives do not want to take responsibility for what's
they've
going on.
done.
For the shit that they've done. And they're trying to blame it on anyone.
Well, the problem is that for the last 2 elections, they've literally blamed Labour for everything.
Yeah, now they can't.
And they got away with it. They got away with it. And they don't have a plan B. They don't have a... Well, now who do we blame? Because we've been in power for 13 years and people are buying the... Well, it's Labour's fault that the schools are collapsing.
I mean, it isn't, because Labour were actually trying to... Before they actually had a plan to fix the schools.
And we're getting into actual politics now,
we're actually getting into politics.
I think it's time to call it
time. We'll call it that. But anyway, I do apologise about our little rant.
Sometimes you just have to let it out. Because
I do apologise about the little rant, but I do believe I'm right, that there's just bigger shit to worry about.
Yeah, like I say, if you are upset about a 3 or 4 letter word, you are very insensitive.
The option of a 3 or 4 letter word, to be honest.
Not even the actual word, just the option to choose a 3 or 4 letter word. Right. You are just a small man baby, and I'm paraphrasing here. You could be a woman and do the same thing, and you're just a child. Yeah. That's all you are. No matter what your age is. I think a lot of these people, they just generally need to just actually go outside and look at the world. Yeah. Like, just look at the shit that is happening. And not just go outside and blindly walk around the block. Like, actually go and look at what's happening
all over the place. Just all over the place. Like, look at Chicago. Right, look at Chicago right now.
California.
There's been that much crime in Chicago that the companies that are there, like Walmart, that are just packing up and leaving. They're done. Yeah. And it's just sort of like, yes, that's because, like, you're just letting people rob them.
Anyway, I think it's time to...
it's time to end.
Yeah,
we went on a massive tangent.
And a rant at the end.
And a rant to the end.
But again, it's just, the whole... Everything. This is the whole thing of, like, nothing happens in a bubble.
Yeah.
Nothing happens in a bubble. Which, again, to the people who are very upset about the 3 or 4 letter word, give yourselves a wobble, look in the mirror, and realise that it's you that's the problem.
And you don't have to worry about anything. It's okay. It's just a word.
It's a word. You don't have to choose it.
Don't worry about it. It's okay. The world will keep spinning. I think.
I mean, their world might not, but
No. I just mean like
if their world is that fragile that a 3 or 4 letter word threatens it, then that's a world that doesn't deserve to survive.
Yeah.
Anyway, on that bombshell, it's time to finish it off, and it makes a change for me to call that.
I know, right?
So again, hope you've enjoyed this chat and the rant at the end by us, mostly by you. It makes a change for you to also be the one that has the massive rant. And we'll see you in the next ones. Until then, toodles.
Thank you very much. Bye.